I will point out though that my sword shows up nicely in the camera. Didn't plan on that, just happened that way. Saturday, April 13th, reflecting on week 79. The week as a whole went pretty well. I did get a bench, a press, and a deadlift PR on Saturday today. So that's good. Squatting feels like it's in a very weird place right now. Things just don't feel like they're grooving right. I have lowered frequency as well as volume, so that's probably the case. Honestly, they feel right now the way that I used to have my deadlifts, very infrequently and with very little volume. And it's kind of too early to say, but I think that my choice to switch to 2 squat days per week, down from 3, and not compensate for that lack of volume is going to be detrimental. I'm at a point where I need volumes to go up. I need frequencies possibly to go up. And I don't know what it is. I think I just really want to keep squatting heavy, and I'm making changes to compensate for that and make that happen, and it's gonna come to bite me in the butt later. So either way, today I had programmed myself to do 325 for 3, which actually sounds ridiculous if you think about it, because that would have been a PR, triple. And to do that the week after a pivot week doesn't make sense, but also it just wasn't there at all. I got to 315 in my warm-ups, and that 315 single felt hard. It was a good 8.5 or 9. I ended up just doing 2 more singles for 315 and calling that the day. And I just programmed out the next month of training to kind of flow along with that. And my plan is that the single on Tuesday will be decreased, but the working sets for volume afterwards will continue to go up from what they have been. Reason being is because that single on Tuesday is getting to be a bit ridiculous on the intensity side, so I got to decrease that. At the same time, Saturday, instead of just continuing to do a heavy single or a heavy set of 3, I'm going to rotate between a number of singles followed by back offs. So this week I did 3 singles at 315. Next week will be 2 singles at 320 and then a back off single at 295. And I'll continue to do that until I get to a heavy single and then a number of back off singles, and then rinse and repeat, so that the next time that starts up, I'll do 3 sets, 3 singles at 320 with no back offs, and then the week after that I would do 2 singles at 320 with a back off at 300. The pause benches I need to get a lot better at. Turns out pausing and being actually really still at the bottom of a bench takes a little bit of thinking. I'm really trying to get that pause. Pressing has continued to be great. I'm getting more used to the pin presses. My single on Thursday at 152 went way up, just kind of flew up. But again, the thing that's in my mind is my squatting. Everything else seems like it's moving like butter. It's just kind of working right now. And squatting is being difficult. But I'm gonna ride it out. I'm just gonna see what this brings. What'll probably happen is I'll realize, just like I'm thinking now, that I was an idiot for decreasing volume and frequency and thinking that would work. Also, I forgot to mention RDLs. I need to get better at those. I think they're great. I think they're doing me some good, but I need to get better at using them for what they're intended to be used for, which really is, if you watch the video, during the RDLs on my way down, it starts to look good, but then towards the bottom 4th or 3rd, instead of just stopping where my back is going to give and coming back up, I allow my knees to bend more, the knee angle closes, and the hips drop. And really what should be happening is, at the start, I let the bar descend, touching my thigh. As the hips go back, the knees go back, and the bar goes back. And the only thing that stays forward, gets more forward, are the shoulders. And the knees are unlocked, but they never bend. They're never really flexing. Because an RDL is not supposed to be just the descent of a deadlift. An RDL is supposed to target the low back and the stretch reflex of the hamstrings, as well as focus on some lats as well, because you have to keep the bar against your leg. It's much more difficult to do that. I don't know what to say at the end of these. I kind of just get to the end of what I wanted to say, and then I don't know.